Actually, now I'm curious. What's y'all's take on Russian tanks? I'm just curious of everyone's opinion here about what do y'all think of it? Like, do you like them? Do you hate them? Like, how are we feeling about them?
All right, well, what era are we talking about when it comes to the tanks? Are we talking about like early Cold War or late Cold War or modern day? Like, what are we talking about exactly?
I would say like late Cold War to modern day. Like anything past like the T-60s.
What are we talking about?
Opinions about Russian tanks, specifically late Cold War to modern day.
Oh, I despise them. Absolutely. I think they're absolutely god-awful.
He didn't even have to take a second to even come up with that answer. That was just straight from the heart. That was an automated response.
Oh yeah, no, I absolutely despise them. They are probably one of the worst tanks I think we have ever seen in modern history. It's stupid. I'm sorry. I'm about to go off. How can you design a tank for several years, all right, and you don't even bother upgrading your reverse gear? And I know you motherfuckers in the comment section will say that, oh, they have an upgrade system, for the transmission. It doesn't matter. The fact that it came out of the factory with a horrible transmission gear is so stupid. I'm about to go off. I'm sorry, but this segment is going to be like probably 20 minutes long. I absolutely despise Russian tanks, and especially their fanboys. I cannot. It's just, oh my god, where do I even start? The fact that is that there are people that sit there and actually try to tell me that Russian tanks are actually good, that they don't need a reverse gear because they don't need to retreat if something happens on the battlefield and you need to retreat, like having a good reverse gear is like a life and death, like it's the difference between life and death. That's what I absolutely despise people when they talk about Russian tanks, how they're supposed to be superior than like any other NATO tank or really any other tank in the world, which is not. It's so unfathomably bad. I mean, okay, so if we're taking like the T-72 and T-90, those are absolutely dog shit tanks. I would rather be thrown in a gulag than have to be inside of a T-72 or T-90. T-80, it's not really any better, but I mean, hey, at least if something goes wrong and you need to reverse, you have a better reverse gear. Not really any better, but there's a difference between 2 miles per hour and like 8. But even then, it's like every other tank that basically exists on the market has a better reverse gear than any other Russian tanks. Seriously, Russia cannot make a decent tank to save their life. And don't even get me started on the T-14. I'm not even going there. That's a whole fiasco of basically a mock-up tank.
Seems like you're really passionate about this subject.
I'm actually curious, like, what else is on the tank that just makes you think that it is, like, the absolute worst tank in the world? Because I feel like there might be some other nations that just have, like, worse vehicles than Russia.
I mean, there's, like, several things that's wrong with the tank. I mean, pretty much the whole design philosophy was just basically mass-produce these tanks and then just send them in waves and waves and waves of just armor. And who cares about if the tank breaks down? Just get another one because there's like 10,000 tanks that are available. And while, quantity over quality is, maybe a viable strategy, just throwing men at a problem is not a viable tactic. I swear. The idea behind basically a tank being disposable, especially like, I remember someone saying that these tanks were designed for like convicts or conscripts, and that's not exactly a great design, I feel, in that. And why would you throw them into a tank that is meant to be destroyed or tossed aside, but yet you want to throw like thermal stabilizer, autoloader? Like, what's the point of even adding all that stuff if you're just going to throw it away? Just make it like, just have like a fourth guy in there just load, or just make the gunner just be also the loader.
Didn't a couple people comment under some videos saying that when it comes to Russian tanks, you can take what is basically a husk of the hull and repair it and make it like brand new. I swear, I thought I read something like that on under like one of the comments of your videos.
Oh yeah, I love that idea that basically you could watch like a T-80 or a T-72 get blown up by a drone, and then someone commenting down below be like, well, that could just be easily fixed. No, they can't. There's nothing left. What are you going to repair? There's nothing left. All the wiring has been burnt out. The hull is cut in half because of the explosion, because you decided to put all your ammo in the middle of the tank, so whenever you get hit, you just basically just cook off. You're just like a bomb waiting to go off. And that's what I hate about this idea about how, like, oh, well, the autoloader is superior to the manual loader. And while there are examples of autoloaders being better than a manual loader, it kind of defeats the purpose when your autoloader is in the middle of the tank. So it doesn't matter about armor protection. Just shoot the middle of the tank and you will kill it every single time. And I never understood why people just think that that's a better design. Because practically every other country that isn't basically a communist utopia, essentially is what people always describe it, they always put the ammo either like lower in the tank or in the back of the turret or somewhere where it's not going to be hit, or if it does get hit, it's protected in a separate compartment than where the crew is, because yes, let me just sit on top of the ammo, and when it goes off, I should just be able to hop out of the tank. No, there's nothing. You are literally reduced to atoms, and that's what I find insane. Okay, like the Black Eagle, I think that's like the T-80, where they basically have the autoloader in the back of the tank. That's fine. That's completely of good design. That fixes a fundamental problem, because now, whenever the ammo goes off, you're not blowing up the entire goddamn tank. Because at least whenever the ammo explodes in, say, like an Abrams, for the most part, your crew can bail out, but you can't bail out of a T-80 that's on fire. Because you can't even, 1 minute you're a person, the next you're a statistic. And that's what I hate about it. God, I hate Russian tanks. I'm sorry, I'm very passionate about it because I'm so sick and tired of basically everyone saying that somehow Russian tanks are better. And I know there's some people out there that rage bait and they just say it, but there are people genuinely that believe that Russian tanks are the superior vehicle in combat, and they're just not.
You think that they're worse than Chinese tanks?
Chinese tanks are literally just Russian tanks. They're just with a different paint scheme. Like, for like the two people who care about like Chinese tanks, I don't give a shit. They are literally a carbon copy. They just have like different ERA blocks. Like, take apart a Chinese tank and take apart a Russian tank, and you'll find that they have similar parts. Maybe not the latest modern tanks that they have specifically, but anything that is like older than like 2000, it's a Russian tank.
Well, clearly because you're an American, so obviously you're just going to hate Russia no matter what. They can make something good and you'll just hate on it.
Oh, I love that, where you give like actual valid criticism, and it's just written off as bias. If I see one more comment, I think I will strangle a motherfucker.